All right, I think we'll be live here in a second. I'm gonna try to get the stream pulled up so I can see. Plus window capture. Okay, should be good.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
make sure it's live.
Let me find it on YouTube so I can link in GFNF.
Bum, bum. There it is,
Hey,
dude.
so
It's got the V friend as the live, bro. What's going on, everybody?
sick. I'm also the
I hope the sound is. I hope they can hear the sound. I guess I can check it. Yep, it's good. Yeah, go ahead and post it.
Yep, I did.
Sick.
Sick. The camera's actually not bad.
Yeah, we're gonna fix the I'm gonna have Eric help once they're done with all the GNC stuff. We're gonna get a better camera and stuff for this and audio.
Okay.
But for now I had to move because they're doing a big shoot in the space back there. So
Sure.
what's
What's up,
going
Ben?
on, everybody? We're gonna go over some actually quite a bit of NFT action that's going on right now. We saw book games yesterday. Gary V's book friends. Yeah, which the vinyl are you talking about the like $900 sale vinyl that we had from a member? Yeah, that was a big one.
Same.
Jay-Z. Okay,
25 to 850.
let's go with book games. Did anybody in chat get these? Did you guys buy books back in August? I think was when we posted that. So yeah, if you don't know, it was basically you bought 12 books, you get one token. So the more books you bought, the more tokens you got. So depressed because you bought books didn't submit. Somebody in here can say something about that.
It was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also bought and didn't submit, and then I canceled all the books and watched everyone else make a bag. So I feel you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Duck, at least you got one token. Gary VFNF. I would love for it to be Gary VFNF. Hopefully someday. But yeah, so book games, you minted yesterday. I think it was 8 or 9 p.m., 8 p.m. or something around there. And you can see that the least rare of them was the Empathy Drink It with 16,525 total. The interesting thing about this, people picked up on this pretty quickly. The hollow of this, actually, there's only 279 of, whereas almost all of these other ones you'll see, there's more supply. The 279, you have to come all the way down to these much more rare tokens. So the floor on the hollow of these empathies, I believe, is like 2 Ethereum right now. So you'll notice like the base ones are only 0.17 ETH, but if you add that hollow on there, yeah, you're at a 2 ETH floor. So people definitely bought these for under half an Ethereum yesterday, I would say. You can actually see sold listings, and we can go to lowest price. Yeah, so look at that. People were buying them way down here at the floor before people realized like, hey, these are rare. That actually happened with a lot of to be honest, with a lot of these, like the gratitude is a rare one, and you'll notice they sold for under 1 ETH, and I think they're at 2 Ethereum right now. Let's see, lowest price, oh, 3.6. Yeah, so people definitely have fumbled the bag here on these. I'm very bullish on this project. I got quite a bit of these NFTs, and I've sold just a handful of them, to be honest. And I actually bought some better ones because I really believe in Gary Vee and the amount of shilling, you can call it shilling, I wouldn't say that. The amount of just like reinforcement on people last night that he was doing, saying like how amazing this is going to be. I just can't doubt the guy. I don't think he would be willing to put his reputation on the line and say some of like the things he said last night without actually having something up his sleeve. So yeah, that's my take on it. And uh, I think I had to convince a few of the guys to be bullish on it, but I'll let them go on with their takes on him right now too.
Yeah, I mean, something Aiden and I had talked about this morning was that we don't think the project, like short term, the project I don't think is going to be moving super quickly. And that's what Gary's hinting at too in his Discord. Is like we are going to see long term benefits from this NFT project, but right now the floor is going to stay steady. We have paper handlers who minted and are selling off large quantities of them if they bought large quantities of books. So that's where I'm at. I don't think we see the floor spike now or even a week from now, but I do think like if this project is going to be fulfilled like Gary says, then we'll see the long term benefits. So I'm looking for an entry hopefully this week.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, just from the price action, I was looking this morning on Immutable X. We've seen a lot of the rares get sniped up for low prices, like 1, 2 to 5 ETH, which is normally bullish for long-term price action, especially with the Gary Vee project. So definitely looking for an entry, but not. I want to play this one a little slower because I anticipate like there'll be some big news from Gary and his camp in the coming weeks. But I think sales start to slow down before then, and that's probably the best buying opportunity.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, I not much to add to that. I'm pretty much there with those guys on book games. So, yeah, we'll see what comes of it. A couple people really got lucky yesterday. I don't know. A few guys in our group did get the paper hands pony. The floor is up to 7 Ethereum now. A good buy-in opportunity, in my opinion, was to buy one of these special ones. But yeah, let's just go on to the next thing here. I think we covered book games pretty well here. Yeah, they're played forever. You're gonna be able to use these in some capacity. It's the only way you will be able to mint a VFriends V2. And then if you don't decide to burn your tokens at that point, what comes after? Maybe there's just like huge rewards or something. Nobody knows, just speculation. So let's go ahead and cover something that McKay, I believe, had posted 2 or 3 days ago. The LinksDao. I'll let you take it on this. I don't know much other than they're trying to buy a golf course. So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So LinksDao is something that I had heard about last week and then didn't think much about until um I guess it was late last week. And really what it is it's like some attempt at a DAO for everyone to go in and buy a golf course. So there's like two passes that these guys were selling. There's their leisure membership, which was cheaper. It was like their lower end. There was 6,363 supply. Then there was like their top tier global membership, which had like just under 3,000 supply. And and so really what we've seen is I called it at 0.3. Now the floor got up to like 0.8 yesterday. The floor currently is at just under 0.8, 0.78. The floor pumped yesterday because they had Steph Curry buy into the project, and Steph Curry's a huge golfer. He plays at a celebrity pro-am tournament every year in Lake Tahoe,
That's
and he also I saw him play at the pro-am in Pebble Beach a few years ago. But what so the concern now? There's a lot of guys there's no middle ground in this project. There's guys who are either super invested, they got in early, they're super bullish, they think these guys are going to buy a golf course. Which, if you look at the roadmap, it doesn't say they're going to buy this until June, July, or even until launching it until December of Q4 of 2022. The concern right now with LinksDao is, are they going to actually be able to find the course in the location that people are happy with? And really where a lot of people are at is, if you look at their documentation, what you're buying by owning one of these passes is not the right, or is not the actual membership itself. You're buying the right to purchase a membership. So golf memberships can be expensive. There's cheaper ones. They're usually paid on a monthly basis. But I mean, we all have the right to buy a Ferrari, which is what this guy Nick I listened to said this morning. But that doesn't mean we're going to go buy a Ferrari. And that's the issue with LinksDao is all we're buying is now buying the NFT is going to give you the right to buy a membership at the golf course rather than the actual membership itself. So I think it's something we're going to keep watching. I think they will continue to go up. They're getting a ton of mainstream coverage. CNBC, Forbes, Hypebeast, Golf.com. They all did articles on them, but we're just gonna keep an eye on it, and that's kind of where I'm at with LinksDao.
Yeah, my take on it right now, looking at the project and what you just said, is I would be if I did buy at point two, I would probably be selling this project if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I would have exited by now
I
if I got
I would
point three, no
exit
problem.
this in a heartbeat. I can't.
Yep.
I'm not big on roadmaps and this new team. I mean, this is like just a team, whatever. I don't know if they're going to be able to execute this well. But you know, it was a good call. Obviously, you're at like half an ETH profit from McKay's call, so that's great in a short time period. So, an interesting concept. Not sure they'll be able to execute it properly. So yeah, I'm all about trying to do things with lower risk in this space. So this seems kind of risky, but that's cool.
Yeah,
Steph Curry,
Aiden.
obviously a big name, so
Yeah, huge. And we'll see if we have more golfers jump in. The issue's a lot of the. I mean, I think we could see like Ricky Fowler, Dustin Johnson, like younger guys get into it, which would be sick.
yeah. Okay,
Um,
cool.
Aiden, do you want to jump in the Rug Radio?
Yeah, I'm on it right now. Go ahead.
Sure.
I didn't mint this. We had posted it previously, so I know like there's some bigger names behind it, and they're doing something today. So
Yeah, so RugRadio is a project by the crypto influencer Farouk. Basically, 19,000, I believe, RugRadio membership passes minted out about 2 weeks ago for a pretty low price. I know a lot of our members grabbed them. I personally grabbed one. And the floor gradually rose to about like a 0.38, I believe, at the highest time. So if you sold off of mint, you made some good profit there. But for today, the first utility of it is serving as like a mint pass. So it's the only way you'll be able to mint this new NFT that's coming out today at 4 p.m.
do we
Eastern.
know what they look
Um,
like?
we don't know yet what they look like. We know the two artists. One of them is like an animator for like Billionaire Boys Club and a couple of other like notable brands. And the other one is like an ape. He's got like an ape profile picture and has done some other stuff before. So it'll be interesting to see. But basically, this NFT today is going to be they're calling it access to like the ecosystem of Rug Radio. So there's going to be a DAO. There's going to be a token. It's all sorts of stuff. It's a lot to explain in a short period of
Hmm.
time. There's a good thread on Twitter about it, so I can share that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be minting it, and I think that if you do hold the membership pass and you are going to mint, I wouldn't sell off the membership pass. I think we do see like a decrease in price after the mint just because people are getting rid of it. But Farouk has promised that this is like a long term. There's a long term benefit for the ecosystem of holding the membership pass and this NFT today. So I'm holding both.
I like the art on the Rug Radio membership pass.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty cool image.
it's pretty cool looking. So, as to what they come up with for today, I don't, but at least the membership looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and we've got so membership holders have 3 days to mint, so there won't be a gas war or anything. So if you are going to mint, I wouldn't recommend doing it within the first like 20 minutes because that's probably when a bunch of people are going to be doing it. But you do have 3 days. They'll probably, I mean, we'll have a better idea of what the art looks like and what the utility is for it, in the coming hours.
Okay. Cool. So,
Well,
AD, do you see my screen here? What are these other passes I'm seeing?
Let me see.
there's like small
There's a
build.
delay on screen, but there's like different color. There's like weekly casual partner member guest. Do you see these?
Different
Um,
colors, Aiden. There's like a bronze, green.
bronze, like sapphire, there's a green one. Do you know?
Oh yeah, I see them. I don't actually know. I'm not sure if
Okay,
those
yeah,
are
because
them.
they're not in the collection here at all, from what I'm seeing, but okay, just was curious.
Oh, Vince. Yeah, looks
Yeah.
like the handshakes, the partner pass. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think we covered Rug Radio. Um,
Sweet.
so then let's see, is there another? Yeah, we want to cover Laid Back Llamas really quickly here. Uh, I haven't researched this project, to be honest, like I did. I hadn't even seen much of this project. Who's behind it?
Aiden, Aiden's all over this one. Aiden, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so it's like a 3D art project. Two founders. One of them is the NFT agency, which is it's like a collective group, kind of a cool concept. They don't have a ton of following, but Layback Llamas have been generating buzz this past week. They minted out the pre-sale yesterday. There was a lot of volume for those that were able to get that with whitelist and what have you. So that's a good indicator. I think we see them mint out pretty hard today as well. So in a market like this, personally, this is probably like a quick mint and flip for me. I don't think, I don't know if there's any long term viability to these,
Yeah,
but I definitely want to grab
yeah.
one and try to flip it as soon as I can.
The art looks really cool. Projects right now are kind of just pumping. I don't know if that's going to be the case this week. Last week it was crazy, especially with Solana projects. Yeah, I mean, I could see if there's a way to get a few of these here. I mean, I don't see why these couldn't go over half in Ethereum, if I'm being honest, if they all look
Wow.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And in this market where we're pretty bullish, it seems, I like the project. Somebody did ask, are you guys minting Hunger Brains? Isn't that all whitelist? Somebody in our group had said that that's going to be all whitelist now. Um,
Huh.
yeah, I had looked at this yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that it was going to be all whitelist. That's today, I believe. Yeah, 1 day away. We'll look into it more. I think it's a sweet project. It's similar to Wolf Game, so that'll obviously help it. But I do think that it's gonna be all whitelist, so you're not gonna be able to mint it unless you already have it. And that's why actually one of our collaborators didn't post it because the whitelist was already filled up. So, good project though. One to keep an eye on for sure. Hunger Brains. There's another one here. RaidParty is today. These are
Yeah.
really cool looking. I really think these are sick. Um, they remind me of an old. There was an artist that used to do some video game stuff. Like I'm talking 20 years ago, and this reminds me a lot
Yeah.
of it. There's like a little character that tried to break out of like a box. But
Yeah.
these are from somebody kind of from the sneaker world. So McKay knows a lot more about him than I do. I just know he comes from the Nifty, like the bot and stuff. But go ahead and explain that, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. I mean, so there's like a few guys, so the guys behind this project, they're all, I mean, there's three big sneaker Twitter guys behind it. So there's Hassan. Hassan used to own the mobile bot. I think he still does. He's a really talented developer. He then built out the Nifty bot with Walnut, who owned Nebula. So these are total sneaker Twitter guys. And Zark and Luke, one of which is in GFNF. They Luke has handled like a bunch of UIs. I think he did the Prism UI. He's done the Cyber UI. He's really talented. He designed actually SVS NFT events, if you're familiar with that.
Yep.
And so these are really talented guys who are behind the project. Basically, what happens last week, they launched an article on Medium talking about the NFT, and it kind of went viral on Twitter. It got like 20,000 likes, 17,000 likes, and it's just talking about their strategy in launching an in-game NFT and how they're going to try to not kill the project and what they've seen from other projects who have lasted, 2 or 3 weeks after launching. And so, um, it's kind of cool. This is going to be like the second biggest project, or maybe hopefully the biggest that we've seen from guys who started in sneaker Twitter and are now launching their own project. And so we're going to have an eye on it all day today. Hopefully I can mint one. I agree with Vince. The art is really sweet, and they look like they know what they're doing. So it's pretty cool.
It's quite impressive what they've been able to accomplish in a short period of time. Like McKay said, that article went pretty viral, and last I looked, they've got like 50 or 60,000 followers on Twitter and
Yeah.
tons of folks in the Discord. And
Yeah,
yeah,
42,000.
it should be a good one. They're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm really
So
excited.
what are the odds of minting these today? And what would you be buying in on OpenSea and at what price?
Oh, are these minting today? I didn't know they were minting today.
No,
Oh, this
I don't,
isn't one of the two projects?
I don't
No,
think
not
they're
today.
Talking about the raid party, right?
Yeah,
They don't have a date for mint yet.
Okay.
yeah. So they just started.
So
Development
what's our
in
two
September.
projects today then?
RugRadio and Llama
And
and
Layback?
Layback Llama.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Yeah, so these I guess we'll cover more a day of because they're really sick. So I like them. And yeah, I was looking at their Twitter and literally it's like 10 posts and they've just gotten a ton of traction. So
Yeah, man.
that's good to see. We were going to I think next cover the Yeezy hoodie restock. Um $80. It's a hold, but I think a good hold. You guys in the same camp?
When do they
Yeah.
ship? Don't they not ship for several months on this
4
one?
to
Yeah,
8
6 to 8.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. So
but I think they'll go right back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately after the restock, they'll go right back up.
yeah, let's see if you can still. I think you can probably get all sizes still here.
Not the
No,
big
sold
ones.
out extra
Yeah.
large in
XL
blue.
and XXL are gone.
Okay, so you could get large would probably be the next. Yeah, but yeah, that happened. So that was I think kind of cool just because it should be easy profit. If you can just hold here for 6 months or so.
Yeah.
And then we had Target.
Yeah,
They
recap
stopped the
Target.
majority
I know.
of bots, I guess.
So they added or I should say enforced their shape security on what step was it? The add to cart step.
Yeah, so it's something we've had our eye on. They've always had shape security on their login form, and then we've had our eye on this for like a year. They've had shape security headers required, or not required. They've had them on the product pages given specific PIDs, like any card PID. But today they actually enforced it, like Garrett said. So how it works is with shape security is there's a lot of data that they take in, but one of the main ways of authenticating is they're taking your browser data, they're taking your mouse movements, and then they're giving you an authenticated header that you pass into this network request. And so I'm not going to dive into the technicalities behind it, but basically KSR and all these other bots had to figure out a way, which is what KSR does, to generate cookies on a product page, which is that add to cart header, and then send them through the network request given to the bot. And then the bot is hopefully able to add the cart. But if you didn't have that handling enforced prior, or if you didn't have that handling built into your bot prior to today, you weren't going to be able to hit because your bot would attempt to add the cart and would receive a rate limit error from targets in, which is just shape security being enforced. So first couple products that dropped today, we had no idea what was going on. Everyone was hitting manually, and it was something new that we hadn't seen before. But moving into the drop, we realized that safe mode on KSR and other bots like Haya were doing just fine because they had solutions pre-made for this.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So does shape
And-
security charge like per the request? Like is Target paying more now to enforce it on multiple steps in their process, or were they already paying for the full package?
Yeah, those companies usually charge by request. So they'll charge like a base initiation fee, and then they're charging by request. And so that's why we think Target has usually stayed away from putting this on all of their products, because like Nordstrom does have it on every product page, and so they're probably paying a killing just to keep it on stock product pages. But Target's been very conservative with this. It's intentionally really only kept it on, I believe it's on console pages, but it's also always on card pages. And just today they started enforcing it. So bots will adapt, bots will handle it, but it kind of came as a no looker today. We really didn't know what was going on in the first couple of products.
Yeah,
Crazy
so
that they waited and like just decided today to be the first day they enforce that. But shape security is a beast, man. I mean, it's not like a lot of the other anti-bots that people are able to just work around. Like in theory, if they keep cranking up their shape, I'm not even sure. How do bots circumvent that? Is it just strictly API bait? They rent out APIs? Because I know you can't deobfuscate.
So shape security is different. Shape security runs in the browser, so it's like literally a super obfuscated JavaScript like file that runs in the browser on the client side and then communicates with Shape's API. And so Shape security running in the browser basically makes the decision to wait. How I understand it, makes the decision on if you're a bot or not based on mouse movements, browser data. So some bots have browser solutions to this. Like the easy way around this would be to build out a browser solution, say like Net uses for Supreme, that is able to just mimic the abilities of a human. But I know bots like Haya have different solutions where they're actually somehow deobfuscating the script. There's been a few developers in the sneaker Twitter who have figured out ways to deobfuscate the script. The issue is that when Shape Security pushes regular updates, you're going to have to re-deobfuscate that entire client-side file. And
Right.
so there's not really any large-scale APIs because these guys who have been able to deobfuscate the JavaScript file that runs in the client's browser, these guys are scared to sell it at scale to their clients like they do for Akamai and Perimeter X on Walmart or Easy Supply, because they're worried that it's just going to cause Shape Security to push an update and then boom, back to square one. So a lot of bots have in-house solutions, and the easiest solution would be a browser, which I think is what Haya does, and it seems to work well.
Got it. That makes sense. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
Shape Security is no joke. For those that don't know, this is the security that I mean, a lot of the big world banks, global bank institutions, airlines,
Starbucks.
the highest levels of security utilize Shape.
Okay, so anyways,
Right.
I wanted to touch quickly here because someone had asked about if we went over these All Gone Planet 8 books. Yeah, just in our server we posted about them. It does look like the Bored Apes Together Strong is sold out, and there's 185 remaining on the Planet of the Bored Apes. So I don't think we see things that we saw with the Rolling Stones collaboration because it was a legitimate collaboration. This is not, but they obviously are selling fast in these All Gone books. It is like a company that'll resell in itself. So, you have a big brand, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, along with a brand that already resells product, on the aftermarket, they'll resell. So with that selling out, it's pretty quick, to be honest. Not a lot of people at all will even know that these dropped. So, yeah, I bet this will sell out in the next 30 minutes to an hour. So, probably at this point, I would feel pretty good if you had purchased that product. The other question was if we had touched base on RugRadio. We did touch base on RugRadio earlier, and it was just basically how they're going to mint later, and Farouk's behind it, and a couple big artists. I think the
We've got
floor
a
is
guide coming
0.25. Go ahead.
We've got a guide coming out before this afternoon at 4
Yeah,
p.m., which is when the mint is. So stay tuned for
perfect.
that. It'll be an NFT drops.
Yeah, perfect. And I think we covered. I don't think we have missed anything from today, have we?
The
No,
one
it's
thing that
been a-
maybe we could touch on would be like the crypto skulls pumping like crazy
Oh,
because
that's
of
an
that
interesting
Leonidas
one.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
the second project according to some individual.
allegedly, but
Yeah, and
apparently
Yeah.
that's not
I
really
think
So
Crypto
truth.
Kitty. I think technically speaking, and a lot of people were upset about this. So yeah, basically what happened was like really early morning hours, 3-4 a.m. Gary V shilled this project, the Crypto Skulls. He said it was the second on-chain generative profile pic collection that was ever released. People were pretty upset about that claim because I guess the Crypto Kitties technically are they were before these Crypto Skulls. And basically what happened was the floor went from a completely dead floor, 0.00 something, like 0.0 something, to now, I mean, last I looked, it was 0.5, 0.6. So they pumped really hard, and holders made insane amounts of money. But some of the controversy stems from the fact that the team, the owners of Crypto Skull, there was something in the contract where they're able to just mint new ones like at any given time. So they minted like some ungodly number, like 3,000 new ones, and just dumped them on people's heads during this pump. And Gary V essentially was directly responsible for that team getting 1,000 Ethereum straight into their pockets through this, not on aftermarket sales activity. But
where did you see there was an increase in supply? Because I'm not seeing it on Rarible at least.
I would have to go and find the threads I was reading, but it's pretty general consensus that like across all the big boys that there was new supply being introduced from the founders of the project during this pump and even still right now. So
I heard that it wasn't Gary V would like follow it along, but I heard it was this guy Leonidas.eth who was buying, like, I think he had invested up until this point 45 ETH in them, most of it coming within the last like 2 days. and he posted on Twitter that these were the second profile picture project, and like Garrett said, they should have some type of historical significance and therefore value. But in reality, I don't think, like Garrett said, that's not really the truth. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, are going to get wrecked on this. Last I looked, it was like 0.8, and Leonidas had sold about 300 of his 800, so he has a massive bag of this. And if there actually is new supply introduced, like this is just not going to end well, in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason that this was a dead project, man. It lacks it. I mean, historical significance is a joke. Everyone's here to make money. It's not a cool project, and the fundamentals aren't good. And there's a reason why it was totally dead. This was just a pretty classical pump and dump. And I also did see the stuff from that and about that Leonidas guy. I know for a fact that like he was involved in whatever type of pump this was. But yeah, also the founding team introducing new supply to the market. So basically, multiple people got extremely rich from this pump. And I agree with you, Aiden, that a lot of people are like retail are going to get wrecked on this one.
Yeah, I would. It's all about going into projects that make your risk as low as possible. This would be a high risk play here. I've been wrong before on high risk plays like this. But yeah, high likelihood that this is not going to pan out well. So,
Agree.
yep. I think there's someone asked about pxquest. I had seen that in chat, I believe.
Yeah, we had talked about that. I want to say yesterday, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about it.
Yeah. I didn't really come to any sort of conclusions on this though. I thought it looked cool, but
I know it's pretty hype. People are talking about it.
Yeah, it is pretty hype. I'm not exactly sure when the mint date is, though.
I feel like it already did.
No, I think the whitelist was yesterday, and the
Okay,
public
because
might
I
be this
remember
week.
seeing there were quite a bit, and there's 4,000 out of 5,000. So you're talking, 80% supply is out there already. 5-6 floor. Let's see how they're not selling that often, which I wouldn't like to see, but
People may be holding out for the public mint, though. Let me check. I think it's. I want to say it's this evening. I thought it was 24 hours after the whitelist mint.
right. But I'm saying you already have 80% supply.
No,
So-
I agree, but I think that we may see the aftermarket activity uptick after people strike out on the public mint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I would expect the volume to be higher than what I'm seeing here when you only have like 10 an hour. But maybe there's a lot of people who aren't listing. Let's see how many are for sale. Out of the 4,000 right now, there's
Looks like-
581.
Yep.
So about an eighth, I believe. But yeah, I mean, I try not to throw a lot of darts at meaning like I don't like to buy or think about too many projects, but it definitely looked cool when I was looking yesterday. So yeah, I didn't see anything on the public mint.
The art on these llamas is sick that Aiden just brought up. Yeah, I'm feeling good about these.
The llamas today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are really cool. And I mean, my thought is to almost just buy one now for 0.25, if I'm being completely honest, but I don't know.
Wow.
I just don't like jumping into a lot of projects that are new like that. But yeah. Anyways, I think we're good. I think we covered everything for the day.
Cool.
For sure.
All right.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Great
guys.
stuff.
Sounds good, boys.
Later,
All
man.
right. See ya.
Thanks for listening, anyone.